Hi guys, welcome back to my SQL placement series. In the previous video, we have covered important topics like subqueries, operators, and how queries actually work step by step. Now, in today's video, we are going to learn a very important interview topic, that is employee and manager relationship in SQL. This concept is super important because it is frequently asked in interviews and also very useful for your exams and real world scenarios. So we will be explaining case 1 of how to find manager of an employee using subqueries in a very simple and beginner friendly way. We'll go step by step, understand the logic clearly and solve questions together. So make sure you watch this video till the end, and trust me, once you understand this, nested queries will become much easier for you. So without wasting any time, let's get started. Before we move into today's topic, let's quickly revise subqueries. A subquery is basically a query inside another query. The most important thing to remember is the inner query executes first, and whatever result it returns is used by the outer query. Now, based on the result of the subquery, if it returns a single value, we use equal operator. If it returns multiple values, we use in operator. And one very important point is, always ask yourself guys, what exactly is my subquery returning? Because if you understand that, solving any subquery question becomes much easier. Now let's use this concept and apply it into a real scenario, that is employee and manager relationship. Now, before we start solving the questions, let's first understand what exactly is an employee-manager relationship. Guys, listen carefully. In any company, every employee reports to a manager, and that manager is also an employee in the same company. Right? So, instead of creating separate tables, we store both employee and manager details in a single table itself. So, this is called an employee manager relationship or a self relationship in SQL. This concept is used in real world scenarios like company hierarchy, reporting structure, and organization charts. Basically, wherever we need to understand who reports to whom. For this, we are using EMP table, which has 3 columns, that is employee number, employee name, and MGR refers to manager ID guys. Now, the most important point here to notice is this MGR column is actually referring to employee number of the same table. That means the manager of an employee is also present as an employee in the table itself. Let's understand this step by step. Take Alan. Alan has MGR 3. Now, if you check employee number 3 in the same table, that is James. So we can say that Alan's manager is James. Now, take Smith. Smith has MGR 1. If you check employee number 1, that is Alan. So, Smith's manager is Alan. Now, take James. James has MGR 2. If you check employee number 2, that is Smith. So, James' manager is Smith. Now, take King. King has MGR 3. If you check employee number 3, that is James. So, King's manager is James. So guys, always remember the simple logic. Employee number represents the employee. MGR represents the manager, which is again employee number in the same table. Once you clearly understood this relationship, it becomes very easy to solve employee manager questions using subqueries. Now let's start solving the questions one by one. So our question is, find the name of Alan's manager. Guys, after reading the question, don't jump into query directly. First, understand the logic. Here, we have to find Alan's manager. So, for that, first we need to find Alan's manager ID, which is 3. And next we check into employee number column, check which has employee number 3, which is James. So James is the manager of Alan. Now we have to convert this logic into SQL query. Here is the query, guys. Don't try to read the whole query once. Always start from the inner query. So first the inner query executes. Here select MGR from EMP where ename is equal to Alan. This will check the table and return MGR value of Alan. So from our table, Alan has MGR 3. So the inner query returns the value 3. Now this value is passed to the outer query. So the outer query becomes select ename from EMP where EMP number is equal to 3. Now this will check the table and find whose employee number is 3. And we know that employee number 3 belongs to James. So the final output is James. And remember this flow always. First the inner query executes, then its result is used by outer query. And that's how we connect our logic with the SQL query. So what we did here, guys, first we find Alan's manager ID using a subquery. That subquery returns a value 3. Then the outer query uses this value to find employee whose employee number is 3. So the final result we get is James, who is Alan's manager. Guys, let me give you 5 simple points. If you follow these, you can solve any employee manager question easily. First point is understand the relationship clearly. Always remember that MGR is referring to employee number in the same table. That means the manager of an employee is also present as another row in the same table. If this is clear, half of the problem is already solved. Point number 2. Identify what the question is asking. Guys, before writing the query, you have to ask yourself, am I finding employee or am I finding manager? Because based on that, you have to write the query. Point number 3. Focus on subquery result. Always think that what value will my inner query return, because that value is the key to solve the entire question. If you understand the output of subquery, the outer query becomes very easy for you. Point number 4. Choose the correct operator. If subquery returns a single value, use equals operator. And if it returns multiple values, use in operator. And guys, using the wrong operator is very common mistake. So be careful here. Point number 5. Solve step by step. This is very important when you are writing a query. Don't try to solve everything at once. Break it into steps. First, get the value using subquery. Then use that value in the outer query. So guys, that's all for today's video. We understood the concept of employee-manager relationship, how it works in a single table, and how we can use subqueries to find the manager of an employee step by step. We also saw the logic behind solving these questions and the important points you should remember while answering them. And I have given 3 practice questions along with table in the comment box which is pinned. Try to solve them and post your answers in the comment section. And if you have any doubts, feel free to ask. I will definitely help you out. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more SQL and placement related content. Also, you can save this video so you can revise it later. And one more thing, guys, I regularly post hiring updates on my channel, so do check them out and apply if they are relevant to you. Thank you for watching. Happy learning.